We told you earlier that President Obama won re-election by winning nearly all of the battleground states.
That includes Virginia, where Republicans thought Mitt Romney had a very good chance of winning. With us now is Virginia's Republican Governor Bob McDonnell. Governor, good morning.
Hi, Charlie, Nora, Gail, good morning.
Good morning.
What does this say about Virginia?
Says we've still got work to do. The president ran a very good campaign, tremendous effort on the ground to get out favorable voters. It was a lot closer than 4 years ago, where he won by 7. This year was about 2.5. But you have to hand it to him. Their organization was very, very good, and in tough economic times to get reelected, I think was a great effort on his part. And now we've got to find ways with a divided Congress to be able to work together to solve some big problems. But it was a good night for the president, and obviously we're disappointed.
As you were watching the returns coming in last night, Governor, when did you realize it was probably not going to go your way, and what'd you think?
Well, it was pretty late in the night. It was a historic turnout. Democracy is alive and well in Virginia. We had several areas that the voting turnout was 75 or 80%. So we had people in line, Noah, Gail, at 9 o'clock who had, even though the polls closed at 7, we were still voting at 9 or 9:30. So that's a good thing for our country that so many people care about the outcome. But I think about 10 o'clock, when we saw what was still out, that it was going to be tough for Governor Romney to overcome the margin, especially in some areas in northern Virginia. But a very good ground game, once again, by the president that I think made the difference. We were about even going into it. We thought we matched them in the ground game, but obviously they did a better job.
One of the lessons that we learned last night was that the Republican Party has some work to do when it comes to Hispanic voters and women. What do you think needs to be done? How do you change that picture?
Well, first I would note in Virginia, we won 8 out of the 11 congressional seats for the Republican team. So at the congressional level, we're doing well. And nationwide now we have at least 30 out of the 50 Republican governors, maybe 31, 32. We're still waiting for Montana and Washington. So there were some very bright spots for the Republican team, both in Virginia and nationwide. But your point is still correct, as when we're going to digest this over time. We have a very good message, I think, for people of all stripes, men, women, of all races, religions, about entrepreneurship and small business and opportunity. What we got to do is find ways to appeal even that much better to those folks before the elections start and tell them why our message is better. We obviously didn't do it that well in the battleground states this time, and we're going to find the way to do that much better, because I think we believe in our cause, and we think it's right for America. We just didn't do a very good job.
Governor, you talked about there was, in fact, record turnout in Virginia, very strong. But Governor Romney only got 18,000 more votes than John McCain. He needed a much stronger turnout in order to win. What happened?
President got more votes, did a better job on the ground.
I guess, Governor,
I can only say that.
To follow on that, I mean, we were told repeatedly by Republicans in the Romney team not to believe the polls because the screen was wrong, that there wasn't going to be that split. But in fact, this does look very much like the 2008 electorate. And Governor Romney needed to way outperform John McCain. And Republicans said, no problem, that'll be easy. But in fact, he didn't outperform him that much. So I'm asking, how did that occur?
No, you're right. Well, as I said, the president won by 7 points in 2008. This year he won by 2.5, less than half the margin. So it is certainly closer. We really did believe that if it was even on Election Day, which it was in most of the major polls, that we would have at least an even ground game and the enthusiasm gap looked better for us. That turned out not to be true. And once again, I credit the president for mobilizing his base, for those independent voters. He just did a better job doing that. We really thought, with the economy being in such tough straits, that people would break for Governor Romney at the end. It doesn't look like that happened. So we have work to do to refine our message and
Governor,
appeal to more people. We're going to do it.
Thank you very much. It's good to have you on the program this morning.